Okay, this is People of the State of Michigan versus Demario Ross, docket number 20-727FH. And Mr. Ross, you're here today because a bench warrant was issued when you failed to appear for a pretrial conference before me on March 22nd of this year. And you are still represented by Mr. Marks, who is present. And Mr. Marks, I'll excuse me, hear from you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Kenneth Marks from the Public Defender's Office representing Mr. Ross. Your Honor, I did have the opportunity as far as to speak with Mr. Ross last week while he was at the jail. We discussed the fact of Mr. Ross not appearing as far as the last time he was scheduled to appear before the court. And in discussing that, it turns out that he had no notice of it. Part of that is a combination of, one, his phone number changed from what we originally had in our database, and two, he's a little slow in checking his email because an email was sent out as far as with the date and time. He and I discussed that, what we're going to try to work on, especially with the way things are going with the COVID situation, is that if he does end up being released, because I know there's a current parole hold on him, but if he is released, we discussed where we're going to keep in touch with each other weekly. That way, he's not sitting around waiting as far as until there's a notice that he has to be in court, and then finding out that some of the information that we have is incorrect. So we did discuss it. Simply asked the court to consider holding off on any type of sanctions with this matter.
All right, did the people wish to be heard on this?
Only to say, Your Honor, my understanding is he is on a parole hold. He also has another case pending in the 54A District Court. That's 3 counts of child abuse third as a habitual fourth. So I don't know, even if he were to be able to somehow get out on this, what his bond is on that case as well. But I think it's appropriate that he remain in with his parole hold and his new charges.
Okay, Mr. Ross or Mr. Marks, if you want to speak for him. I just need a verified new address or current address.
Well, the address will be 1846 Davis. I think that's where I think they had 1826, if I'm not mistaken, and that was not what was supposed to be
okay.
documented.
Yeah, I've got 1846. I've got 1846 on thing.
Okay, then that will be the current address. Other than that, I'm just trying to process everything, get everything to where me and Mr. Mark should be able to, speak on a weekly basis. Okay. Again, it's my fault because I didn't check my email like I was supposed to be up to par with everything. But I don't make any excuses. It's based off I lost my mom due to my mom and my grandmama due to the COVID situation. So that kind of like slowed me down, and but that's not an excuse. Period. I've just been really trying to get myself back up to par on all my legal things and what have you not. And even with the situation of my other case, I really don't even have any idea about that. That just came from out of nowhere. So other than that, I'm more worried about what we got going on today. So
we'll let those other cases, whatever they may be, take whatever course they're going to take. I'm really sorry about your family loss, Mr. Ross. I'll just reinstate $1,000 personal recognizance bond. And if you are released, which actually does not sound very likely, but if you are, then of course you'll stay in contact with Mr. Marks so that we can always have a way of getting a message to you about appearances in court. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. You can tell them they're at the jail, you're all done, so they can bring the next person into the room, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You all have a